Good evening. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. Viewers, Pakistan, which has a track record of sheltering terror groups on its soil, is reportedly planning to send a delegation to Afghanistan. Ironically, the message they want to deliver to the Taliban government is that Islamabad will not tolerate cross-border terrorism anymore. But now, Afghanistan's foreign minister, who's in India, has delivered a sharp message to Islamabad. Amir Khan Muttaqi has warned Pakistan to stop playing games with his country, cautioning Islamabad against provoking Kabul amidst the escalating tensions along the border. Referring to reports of explosions being heard in Kabul, Muttaqi called this a big mistake on part of Pakistan.
मोहतरम ज़बीउल्लाह मुजाहिद साहब ने रिपोर्ट दिया कि काबुल में एक आवाज़ सुनाया, तो रात भर उसकी जो तलाश हुआ, अभी तक कोई नुकसान का कोई खबर नहीं आया है। हमारे दूर दराज इलाके है, वहाँ पे कुछ अटैक हुआ है, हम उसकी मजम्मत करता है और हम पाकिस्तान हुकूमत का ये काम एक बड़ा गलती समझता है। अफगानियों का हौसले नहीं आजमाया, उसको ज्यादा छेड़ना अगर लोग करता है तो वो एक बार अंग्रेज से पूछे, फिर सोवियत यूनियन से पूछे, फिर अमेरिका से पूछे, फिर नाटो से पूछे, ताकि वो आपको थोड़ा सा समझाए कि भाई अफगानिस्तान के साथ ऐसा खेल करना ये अच्छा नहीं है।
Well, your External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar called out Pakistan for sponsoring cross-border terrorism. In his opening remarks during his meeting with Muttaqi, Jaishankar has called this cross-border terror a shared threat for both India and Afghanistan. He's also called Afghanistan as a contiguous neighbor to send a strong message to Pakistan over its illegal occupation in Jammu and Kashmir. He also thanked the Afghan leadership for expressing solidarity with India in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attack.
We have a common commitment towards growth and prosperity. However, these are endangered by the shared threat of cross-border terrorism that both our nations face. We must coordinate efforts to combat terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. We appreciate your sensitivity towards India's security concerns. Your solidarity with us in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terrorist attack was noteworthy.
Let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us is Lieutenant General KJS Duran, who's a former GOC of 15 Corps. Also with us is Group Captain Dr. MJ Augustine Vinod, who's a defense expert. With us on the show is Dr. Atikur Rahman, Professor of International Relations and a political analyst as well. Let me begin with you first, Lieutenant General KJS Duran. Very, very significant. We are seeing for the first time the Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, who of course represents the Taliban regime here in this particular meeting. But what is very common is a shared frustration with the absolute use of violence by Pakistan, which has no other option. Its own government may be internally failing to provide for its citizens, but it will spare no effort in ensuring that its neighbors, or at least it attempts to spread violence to its neighbors, whether it's India or Afghanistan. And there appears to be a common point there between the two countries emerging.
Thank you, Madhav, and good evening to you. Good evening to the fellow panelists and your viewers. Yes, Pakistan, when on 15th of August 2021, when Taliban entered Kabul, so Pakistan was celebrating. And was the strategic community in Pakistan was thinking, now we have got a strategic depth in Afghanistan against India. And they were thinking that India and Afghanistan are now sworn enemies. So there is a ally within the region. And within 4 years, the way Pakistan has treated the Afghan people, the regime in Afghanistan, which is Taliban, and especially the Pashtuns, all along the border between Pakistan and Afghanistan, there is a regular firing, there is a regular use of fire against the Afghan people. And now with this, the Nur Wali Masood, the leader of TTP. Now Pakistan was suffering casualties at the hands of BLA, that is the Baloch Liberation Army, as well as the TTP in the Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa KPK area. Now connect this to CPEC, which did not take off. And Chinese are scared to come into this area because of the actions by the TTP and BLA. And now move further a little. And the USA is now wanting the rare earth minerals from Pakistan via Pasni Port. The rare earth minerals are basically in the area of Balochistan and mostly in the area of KPK.
Right.
Now, USA has understood the Afghan issues. USA knows Afghan people, starting with the Soviet Union and now when they had to leave Afghanistan. So they are very clear. If Pakistan wants them to extract the rare earth minerals, they want the TTP and the Pashtuns and the BLA to be quieted.
All right. Let me just bring
that
it.
is why on the behest of US, so that they can extract these rare earth minerals, the action against the Afghans.
That's a very important point, sir. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you because we have a spokesperson of the Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, Mr. Muttaqi's aide, Suhail Shaheen, who's with us. Mr. Suhail Shaheen, a very, very clear and unequivocal message that has come in from Mr. Muttaqi to Pakistan, that they are embarking upon a huge misadventure with these attacks upon Kabul and these attacks on Afghan soil. How are we going to see any kind of response, or how are we going to see this issue sort of developing over the next few days?
Yes, first of all, I would like to correct. I am Afghanistan ambassador to Qatar.
Apologies,
yes,
please go ahead.
Yes, and secondly, of course, it is a violation. Any airstrike on the land of Afghanistan, it is a violation, and it is not a solution, but it will deteriorate the situation. We are committed not to allow anyone to use the soil of Afghanistan against any country. That we have repeatedly said. If they have evidence, our diplomatic channels are open. But instead of that, they are resorting to leveling accusation and to bombardment. That means that they do not want a peaceful solution of issue, but rather than want confrontation. That is, I think, we strongly condemn that, and we have right to defend every inch of our land.
Right. And how much of this is a response to the recent tie-up with the United States as far as extraction of rare earths are concerned? Do you share the view that has been expressed by the Lieutenant General on our panel a short while ago?
That may be behind the curtain, what they have between Pakistan and USA. I don't have details, but that may be or maybe not. I don't have details.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, and sharing with us your views. Let's quickly take this across to our guest from Pakistan. Dr. Atikur Rahman, here's the view, and the view is this, that Pakistan is engaging in violence not just against its neighbors here on the side of India, but also on the side of Afghanistan. And in this case, it is nothing but the recent deal with the United States to provide rare earths. That's the inspiration behind that. Do you agree with that view?
Listen, everyone knows in the world, around the world, that Pakistan is a country who is committed to create a world free from terror. Especially we are concerned. We are the one who started the counter-terror operation in our own land, and we are the one who paid the heavy price of joining the US war on terror. So we have our commitment, and regarding our
what have you done with LET and Jaish-e-Mohammed, sir? What is your commitment towards removing these terror groups? Please tell us.
Just let me complete what I'm saying.
I'm taking up from what you are saying. You are so committed towards cracking down on terror. What have you done on Hafiz Saeed? What have you done on Masood Azhar?
Anyone, we will let
what have you done on these people?
Use his soil against our land. So
they were functioning in Bahawalpur. India had to strike and in fact bring down that terror camp in Bahawalpur. Let me remind you.
Mind that Pakistan is a peace-loving country.
You are a peace-loving country.
Any act of terror, either direct involvement or the indirect involvement against us.
That's Group Captain Augustine Vinod I think that's the most hilarious thing we've heard. Pakistan actually thinks that it's cracking down on terror. And what's more, it's a peace-loving country now.
We are the peace-loving country.
Really? Yeah, you love peace only within Pakistan, but you want to spread violence everywhere else. That's the kind of peace-loving country you are.
Even the United States, who is the
It's okay, calm down, Dr. Atikur Rahman. You're being exposed by both India and Afghanistan at the moment, so calm down. Let's go one by one. Group captain.
Our effort, then where you are standing?
Madhav, last night, I don't know for what reason, from my library, I was reading MMK's, there's a beautiful book called The Far Pavilions. The reference in Hindi also is there in that book called Dur Khaima. Far Pavilions brings out beautifully how it is, from time immemorial, the mountains of Afghanistan has consumed all aggressors into Afghanistan. You can, starting with the British, Russians, now Pakistanis, the last night blast that rocked Kabul, and Afghanistan's leaders landing in India for the historic peace talk. It is not a random movement, which is what I want to tell Mr. Atikur Rahman. The fingers now point at Pakistan's shadow, blaming for Afghanistan for its own chaos, especially in the Duran line and those borders, which are, people move from this side to that side very often. And people do not have any, respect for this border, which English lay on the ground. So that is what the whole rigmarole of what is happening here. The rugged border hills, they have been breeding trouble for outsiders for very, very long time. The Pakistan's airstrike and expansion of...
Let him finish his point. You've had your say, Dr. Atikur Rahman. Let him have his point. Let him put across his point.
Expulsion of Afghanistan's refugees, thinking that it will end terror, Madhav, is far cry that Pakistan is trying to breed for so many years now. I remember F-16 was going to carry out a strike in the same Afghanistan border that we are looking at now, got hit by a pig, and that F-16 got destroyed, and this was 80s. Since then and now, nothing has changed, except that it has consumed more and more Pakistani soldiers who come from these very areas and who come from very poor families. If they think they can browbeat Afghanistan to submission, I think they are living in a la-la land. It is not possible. British have tried it, Russians have tried it, Americans have tried it, and that is exactly what the spokesperson said now. There is no way but to have peace with Afghanistan. US has found peace with Afghanistan. Russians have found peace with Afghanistan.
Let's bring in Dr. Saeed Elahi. Dr. Saeed Elahi, you've not learned your mistakes from history. Once again, you're embarking upon a complete misadventure when it comes to Afghanistan, and you will end up paying the price for it. Your response to what the Afghan minister has said.
Agree with your comments. In fact, Pakistan is hitting those people who are basically absconders from Pakistan, and they are TTP. They are not Afghan citizens, they are Pakistani citizens, and they are being supported by Afghan Taliban and some people there who are having cells.
What about the terror camps within Pakistan and POK? What about hitting those?
There is no camp right now in Pakistan. They all have been destroyed and eliminated. Because the main operation against the terrorists and camps has been taken, all camps have been eliminated in Pakistani areas.
No, but what about Afghan Taliban and not Afghan citizens, firstly? Secondly, is Duran line a line which separates Pakistanis and Afghanis, especially in the frontier province region, sir? You are from that area. You've been to that area. You know it full well that it is the English Duran line is not the line. It is,
I think,
the lay of the land that does not delineate people from this side or that side of the line.
I think I think different countries have border disputes. Even India has with China, with Pakistan, with different countries. So border disputes is all over the world. It is nothing new. It is accepted or not,
Absolutely,
but it is a fact and reality.
You cannot go and kill your own people. You have to make peace with them.
If somebody is criminal, he has to be killed. If somebody is criminal and killing innocent people involved in terrorism, he has to be killed.
Okay. Let me just ask a simple question. Dr. Saeed Elahi, where is Hafiz Saeed? Where is Masood Azhar? Are they not people who kill others?
They are all, they were all arrested. Then the courts released them and they are in house arrest.
Yes.
And because court ordered to shift them to homes.
And the very fact, sir, that after there are attacks that take place on terror camps such as Bahawalpur, Muzaffarabad, then we end up seeing your own Pakistan Army generals, attending those funerals, just goes to show the deep links that they have with your deep state there and your defense forces there. That's the unfortunate state of affairs in Pakistan, which is exactly the problem that Afghanistan is also trying to highlight. We'll have to leave it there. Lieutenant General Duran, Group Captain Augustine Vinod, Dr. Atikur Rahman, Dr. Saeed Elahi, thanks so much for joining us this evening.